Oh, shit. Oh, look, it's our anniversary. Oh, my God, you're so freaking cute.
Rank up.
Eve, my friend. Oh, look, a subtrade to start off if we get one more. Thank you for the 33 months, Eve, giving me those Bezos bucks. Shit. Where's my phone? I realize I'm gonna need that. I don't necessarily like need it normally to stream, but I'm pretty sure Stream Raiders is signed in as Athena. And it's gonna be like, we sent you an SMS code. I'm like, fuck. I'll check.
Rank up.
Did someone say hype train? I was correct. It is signed as Athena, and I did need my phone. So I'm glad I went and got it. Hello, Napalm. Yeah, give me those Bezos bucks, Napalm. Fuck yeah. Give me Big Daddy Bezos' money. Big Daddy Bezos' money. Oh, hi. Hello there. Take this money from a shitty billionaire. Wait, from a shitty billionaire? They're all shitty. Looking even at you, Paul McCartney. Sorry, buddy. Anyway. Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Michael Schwan, and today is Sunday, June 4th, 2023, which makes it production day. The last time we streamed was last production day because it's been a wild week, y'all. A wild week. I actually had to do my job this week. Let me cry like everyone thinks millennials do cry. I actually had to work. It was hard. I didn't even have time to get a latte. I'm almost out of avocados. I don't know, Athena, are we almost out of avocados? Anyway, so yeah, I missed Tuesday. I missed Thursday. Me and Athena were getting ready to go on a trip for our anniversary on Friday, so we did not stream at all this past week. Fun fact, we are out of avocados. Great. Yeah, so we had a very busy week, and I missed out on streaming, and I missed streaming. And just to let all the wonderful people know that jumped in here right at the beginning, the title is Bait, but we are going to be talking about quitting streaming. Not me personally, but the idea of it in general, because of some things that have happened recently on like Twitter and stuff like that. I want to do a video talking about quitting streaming in just a general overture sense. And it's not because I've never thought about it. I have, but that's also part of why I want to talk about it, because everybody quitting streaming. There's a whole bunch of people that are, and that's part of why I want to talk about it. So we're also going to do a normal production day in terms of we got some video game trailers to check out for stuff that's coming out in the upcoming week. One thing that's not, because there's not a whole lot that's coming out this week, because everyone right now is busy playing Street Fighter and Diablo and nothing else. And so all of the video game companies that aren't Blizzard or Capcom were like, I ain't releasing shit around Street Fighter and Diablo. It was like when Tears of the Kingdom came out, there was one game that released that day, and everyone else was like, why would you do that? Why would you release on the same day as The Legend of Zelda? And they're like, oh, well, because there's got to be some room for some other people, and not everyone's going to buy and play Zelda. Not everyone has a Switch, and it's like, you're right. But at the same time, you're just asking to be hurt. There's any other games? There are some that have come out, Eve. Yes. Nothing major. One that I think will be very interesting if it looks as good as the screenshots are. And then one that doesn't come out this month that I want to check out anyway. But some smaller stuff, although it was slim pickings. I'm not going to lie. It was very, very slim pickings. So, do we want to do a trailer reaction first, or do we want to jump into the discussion about quitting? Napalm, you want to talk about quitting streaming? Eve, you want to talk? Eve, you quit years ago. Eve says trailer first. Let's all quit. We'll do one trailer first to see if some other people take the bait, and then we'll do it. But first, lunges. Oh, God. No, but first, Stream Raiders, before I forget. All right, those get to wait because I don't want to do one of, like, those got to have a particular slot that they slide into. Gay. I'm sorry. I apologize. Listen. Is fire good against earth? Not normally, but the rules aren't always the same here. All right, Centurion over here. Okay, put those there. All right, we'll get this. We're gonna do one, and then we'll talk about quitting streaming and go from there. All right, so everybody, if you're new here, welcome in. Thank you for checking out the stream. Today is production day where we work on a lot of stuff that ends up getting edited and put up onto the YouTube channel. A lot of this ends up being video game reactions. These are done live on stream because it makes for a more interactive, more interactive, dynamic experience, both for myself as a content creator as well as people that'll be watching this later on YouTube. The way that this works is that I'm going to read an intro, we're going to check out the trailer, we're going to talk about the trailer, and then when it feels like the conversation's starting to come to a close or it's just time to go, I will read an outro, we'll make faces. That gets used in the thumbnail. Rinse and repeat. Rinse your nuts, Napalm. Jeez. And then we go from there. Let me see if we got a good title screen. We do. I keep them clean. Sometimes the bidet hits them. That's the only time that they get any attention, though. I actively try to keep them from the water in the shower. All right, everybody, drop in any emote that you want. I do have this YouTube Swan available if you have BTTV, or YT Swan if you're a subscriber. And that's the like default option, but you can use anything you want, whether it's from my channel, your channel, or anyone else's. It does not matter. Just a way to say hi to the new YouTube video. Move the chat along a little bit because, you know, because Napalm's nuts are all over the chat. Oh, anyway, all right. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan, and today we are checking out Raiden 3 X Minato Mania X. I'm just going to guess that that's the name. We're also checking out Raiden 4, and there's a very specific reason why. So Raiden 3 Mikado Mania releases in like a day, okay? And when I was gathering up the trailers to talk about Raiden 3, I was finding trailers for Raiden 4. And I was like, man, Raiden 4? You're gonna, like, okay, you've already started advertising Raiden 4 when Raiden 3 isn't out yet. Wrong! Raiden 4 is already out. It released months ago. Literally months ago. And the difference is that this is Raiden 3 Mikado Mania, and then the Raiden 4 is Raiden 4 Mikado Remix, not Mikado Mania. Don't know what the difference is. Probably slightly different versions with like slightly different like content or levels. We're gonna go ahead and check out both. None of this is very long, and I figure you might want to see the two options of what's available, both the one that's gonna be out in a day and the one that's been out for a couple of months. No, not Makoto from Persona. But anyway, so yeah, let's get started. I started the trailer at the midpoint where I had the title screen. After 18 years, Raiden strikes once again. Take your shot before you get got. No, the classic shooter returns. Raiden 3 Mikado Mania. Don't worry, there's gameplay. The next game from another special collaboration. Is that Hatsune Miku? With new guests in an all-star lineup. I have no idea who those people are, but that's cool. Oh, it's the artists. There's the game. How am I supposed to play the game if I can't look at the screen? Lightning strikes thrice. This was such an extra trailer. I can see some games do that just to advertise the sequel and they're not even finished with the older ones. I feel like that's a bad idea. Here's the gameplay trailer. Like, they're not even done with Final Fantasy 14. They're releasing it 60. Can you even believe it? That's hilarious. But no. Bullet hells are a lot of fun, but I always feel like I am terrible at them. If this has online co-op, that's sick. Just because it has an online leaderboard does not mean it has online co-op, though. You know it won't. That would cost money. That would cost development hours. Pixel bullet hells, Eve, is that where you're talking like your ship's hitbox is actually only 1 pixel, even though it has a a full model. So sometimes you are like dodging through itty bitty little spaces where like your cockpit is. Because I know what you're talking about, and those are just insufferable. Okay, this is for Raiden 4 now. I don't know if there'll be any discernible difference. Raiden Mark II. Fighter Thunder ME2. Ferry. Are these the ships? Blast your way through 5 different game modes. I'm guessing so. Lightning Strikes Fourth. Heavy Metal Raiden. You know, this makes me wonder, though. I realize that they have slightly different naming conventions and stuff, but it makes me wonder if Raiden 4 got, like, if there wasn't a version of Raiden 3 that was out before this one. Are these the same trailer? These are the same trailer. I must have clicked on that one twice. You can't beat Japanese game trailers that go through the menu. Hey, they want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting, okay? I'll take it over just purely cinematic trailers any day. So here's the thing, right? I remember playing Raiden. I liked Raiden. But what did I played Raiden on an arcade, of course. But I also think I played it on, like, the Sega Genesis? I think it was the Sega Genesis. Or at least it was something along the lines of Raiden, right? I don't know. I don't remember. That was years ago. I played some sort of bullet hell where you fly up from the bottom of the screen. Anyway, and back then, when I was just a wee lad, I did not have as good of a concept of money as I do today, okay? I don't know what it cost for me to play Raiden as a child when I was like 6. I have no idea. Hell, it might have even been on the original Nintendo. I do not remember anymore. But I know that this new Raiden game is $30, and like compared to the $70 games that are coming out today, I'm like, yeah, you know, that's better, but am I willing to pay $30 to play Raiden when there's probably a version of Raiden in some like Sega Arcade Classics collection? Shit, I own Sega Arcade Classics on Steam. It might be in there. I don't actually know. It wasn't Galaga. I know for a fact it wasn't Galaga. This is the launch trailer. Raiden 3 was 2005. Raiden 4 was 2007. No, it was definitely like Raiden, because you were like flying forward over a city and having to like. It definitely wasn't Galaga. It was like it was closer to like what we're seeing here, but. I bet you can even get some free Flash games to play it. 1942? What? Like, I understand there's still costs with making this game, but at the same time, I'm like, $30. $30. Is this $30 worthy? I don't know. It is cool to see, though. And it is cool to see that they're still like doing something with this particular formula, because Eve, you mentioned the one of the other ones. What is it? Toho? Is that what you said? I know that is also a bullet hell, but I have not ever played any of them. I've heard that they're really good ones. There was also the one that was really, really popular for a while that I cannot think of its name, that instead of having to dodge all of the bullets, there was orange bullets and blue bullets, and you had to switch to that color shield. And then if you were the same color as the bullets, then the bullets didn't hurt you. That one was really, really popular for a while because it had some insane levels on the higher difficulty end. That's Ikaruga. Thanks, Napalm. I've probably seen the most Ikaruga in terms of people sharing it today compared to Raiden or even Toho. The only thing I ever hear people talk about with Toho is its music, which I understand because it's got some really damn good music. But in terms of actual playing, Ikaruga is the only one that I see anyone actually talking about. But so there's Raiden 3 and Raiden 4. If it fits your fancy, something had to release because right now everyone is only playing Diablo and Street Fighter 6. So they're like, I don't know, what do we release? I don't know, shove out something that's not going to make a whole lot of money right out of the gate that we're hoping will just make us money in the long term. Sure, Raiden, here you go. I can't justify $30 for 2 old ass games with new music. No. There you go. You got it in there. $30 each. Yeah. And it, you know, I wish I knew if it had online co-op. Like you said, Napalm, it probably doesn't. Because if it had online co-op, I could probably justify it. I got a friend that I know would enjoy one of like these style games. I know real well that he would be into it. And to be like, all right, we're just going to spend this weekend playing the shit out of Raiden. I could invest $30 in that and not be upset to have a really good time with a friend of mine that's across the planet, right? But if it doesn't have that, then I'm not even going to consider it for a moment, because you can sell nostalgia pretty well, but I don't. This isn't a complex enough experience or a revitalized enough experience to make me feel like you are selling me a new experience. You're just reselling me something with slightly new paint on it. So, I bet you could do co-op in name for Mame. Is that like a what is that called? Whatever that service is that people use to like do couch co-op from far away, but I don't remember what it's called now. It doesn't matter. Hamachi? Bro, Eve, don't make me feel that old. People don't use Hamachi anymore. They use, oh crap, what is it called? I was going to move on from it, but now we're trying to figure out what it doesn't matter. Parsec. There we go. I knew if I just went to begin to look it up, I would remember. Everyone just uses Parsec now. Hamachi. Gross. That's disgusting. Yeah, everyone just uses Parsec now. It works just like Hamachi does. Not exactly. I mean, in terms of how it functions the same, but it's a much friendlier interface. Much friendlier interface. Hamachi ran like garbage. I'm amazed it worked at all. Anyway, not important. Closing out the video now. Let me know what your thoughts are, everybody, on Raiden 3 and 4. Are you willing to pay $30 to be sold a prettier form of what seems like really to be the exact same game? That didn't feel like the revolution of Raiden or Ikaruga or Toho in any way. It didn't feel like it was showing us anything new, but I also don't think that you can really do anything new with the bullet hell genre and formula. But let me know down in the comments below. If you want to keep the conversation going elsewhere, 2 great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. If you can't tell, I like to talk, and I'd love to talk some more if you want to talk with me. This video was recorded live on stream because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. Bro, you want to tunnel with me and play DS games? It is Pride after all. Tunnel with you? Tunnel with you? What are you talking about? Okay. Also, hello, Fee. I saw you wave and say hi at the very beginning of the video with the emotes, and I'm just addressing you directly now and saying hello. Okay. Tunnel is what it's called when you're connecting through those thingies. Really? All right. Say so. I have no reason to not believe you. Okay. I'm washing dishes while listening. Oh, look at you multitasking. Twitch B-roll. Is that something that I can just look up on? I was hoping that there'd just be like a 30-minute long B-roll footage of like Twitch logos. Twitch logo B-roll. I wonder how well this will actually loop. It's pronounced brol? Yeah, probably. We'll just use this one. This one works fine. Okay. Oh, I need to open a thing. Hang on. There we go. Oh, no. Come back. Where'd it go? It's gone. There it is. Okay. Okay, so the thing we're going to talk about now is there's been a not small number of people that I have seen recently of all sizes quitting streaming, quitting content creation. Damn, I was hang on. Let me see if this one has freaking fuck. Here we go. There we go. We got just weird, pretty colors. Good enough. Street Fighter 6 is the first time I've waited to play Street Fighter, wanted to play Street Fighter in so long. It's because they put in Smash controls. I agree. I was never a very big Smash fan. Not Smash fan. I was never a very big fan of Street Fighter, and I have been absolutely loving this, the Street Fighter 6. So much fun. Modern controls are incredible. I'm enjoying it immensely. Okay, now we're actually going to start this. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and chat a little bit about quitting streaming. And not me personally, necessarily. I will talk about some of the thoughts that I've had in terms of potentially quitting, but not because I'm going to, okay? But I have seen a not small number of creators quitting, both large and small, okay? And there's something to be said about that because there was a huge influx of content creators at the beginning of the pandemic. Like late 2019, early 2020, a whole bunch of people got sent home and said you have to stay at home. So a whole bunch of people started content creation. And the number of streamers like per day on Twitch was like 8 million or something like that. Like different streams that were happening per day. It was an insanely high number. And in the years since, that number has been going down and down and down. And in 2023, and not while the pandemic has not ended, as much as some people would like to claim or say that it has or believe that it has, a lot of the precautions around it have dropped off. And so a lot of people are not locked inside as much anymore. And so a lot of people have quit. But there's also just been a increase in larger streamers quitting, because somebody that just gets into it doesn't go the way that they think, or they don't get what they want out of it, and then they quit after a couple of months is one thing. But it's another one when you see people that have successful content creation careers quitting. It was one of the only ways to socialize and still be safely socially distanced. That's a good point, and it worked out great, and I think it saved a lot of people in a lot of ways. And I'm glad that I can't imagine going through a pandemic in like 1920 or 1820 when we had the other pandemics of past years, because we didn't have the internet. I mean, so, you know, with, God, I can't imagine just having to be locked at home. And in like 1920, you had the radio. And in 1820, you had the paper. That would be the best information you got, was the paper. Woo! Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that there was this huge influx of online creators. Books, well, that wouldn't be good for socializing or for information. one of the nice things, and like about the pandemic, was that there was just such a, well, not a nice thing about the pandemic, but a nice thing about having to go through the pandemic in 2020 instead of 1920s. We just had a constant stream of information, but it also meant that a lot of people were able to jump into content creation themselves. And I saw a whole bunch of people start, and I've seen a lot of people take really, really long breaks, and I've seen some people just quit entirely. And there's been large creators that have quit. And that's an interesting thing to see. Now, unfortunately, I would say an unbalanced ratio of the larger creators that have quit have been feminine identifying in one way or another. And most of the time, a good number of them are quitting for harassment reasons, because, god damn it, people, can you suck less? Like, geez, stop harassing people, you disgusting tools. Like, if you see, by the way, if you see somebody online, they talk to you, them acknowledging your existence does not mean that you get a pass to be a horrible person to them. Just as a heads up on that, it's not how it works. They don't get a pass to be a horrible person to you either. But you also need to take a look and address of who's actually crossing which boundaries, because there's a lot of people that drastically cross their boundaries in parasocial relationships that are formed through the means of the internet and social media, whether that's because of Twitch or Twitter or Instagram or OnlyFans or whatever it is. But I'm a mod. Does that mean you're in love with me? Absolutely. Definitely. Anyway. So, but one of the things that to people that are quitting or that might be considering quitting is one of the questions that I want to ask to you and to myself. And there's a lot of content creators in chat. Thank you so much for the 20 months, Korth, and I appreciate that a lot. To the people that have been quitting, one, I would like you to ask yourself a question of, like, why did you start content creation? I know some people started it during the pandemic because they were lonely. Some people needed a outlet. Some people needed a social connection of one part. And, you know, with all of that, it's like, well, why did you start content creation? And does the answer of why you started help answer why you're quitting? Because, like, I started content creation because I just felt a need to create things. I always have. I've always written stories since I was extremely young. I remember one of the first, I wrote like 60 pages of a book that I wanted to write back in middle school. That notebook unfortunately fell into a puddle of water and got ruined, but I started way back when. And ever since then, I've always done a lot of things, whether it's writing or trying to get into physical art mediums or digital art mediums or podcasts, YouTube videos, streaming. I tried to do some YouTube stuff back in high school, and that was a number of years ago. So for me, it's just something that, like, I've just always been drawn to doing. Whether it's because I have a need for attention and validation or just because I need an outlet of some sort, who knows? But it's definitely something that I've always just really been drawn to. And after you started, what did you want to see from it? Because I feel like that's something that changes for everybody. There's definitely some people that do content creation as just a hobby. Like, it's just something fun to do. You know, if they stream every day to the same 6 people and those people are hanging out and they're just having a conversation with their close circle, that's enough for them. And some people were wanting to be the next Markiplier or PewDiePie or XQC or IShowSpeed or whoever it is, depending on what generation you are. And, I mean, I understand why you'd want to be those individuals, because, at least from a monetary perspective, but there's like 100 of them in the world out of 8 billion people. As much as I would love to get to their size and growth, that is an unrealistic expectation to ever achieve. And also I find a lot of things with content creation is largely a question of what are you putting in versus what are you getting out. And some people had expectations that they might be able to support themselves financially, or they needed to support themselves financially through monetary, you know, thank you for your subscription, such as the one that Gorthan just dropped on us, or the ones that were dropped at the beginning of the stream. I appreciate it a lot. I thankfully am not in a position where I rely on monetization from content creation to pay my bills, but it is very nice to know that I am making content that is good enough that people want to support me in any way, whether it's by passing me Bezos bucks or with their actual own money. I do genuinely appreciate it a lot. And I will say that I'm not where I want to be or where I hoped I would be by this point. But we've also been kind of like just experimenting a lot. There are courses that I could have taken that would have led to better growth than I have seen. But a lot of it involves stuff that is not necessarily what I want to be doing. You can see one of the most consistent ways to get a lot of growth is by just really heavily focusing on one thing, whether it's one game or one aspect or whatever. And I can't do that. Who's quitting streaming? Not me. And it's kind of just a general topic, although it's really good to see you, Maddie. I hope that you're doing well. But we're talking about quitting and people that have quit, and there's been a few people in the last, like, I'd say week that I've seen that I follow on Twitter that are pretty sizable content creators, that are successful content creators, that are like, nope, I'm done. I'm going to go do anything else. Namon says, I think streamer, in a derogatory sense, streamer culture has put a bad taste in my mouth, and it makes it harder to watch, to hop on Twitch and be associated with it. Doesn't help that you do have a 9-to-5 job and a family and kid that does a lot of stuff. I mean, I have a very busy life, and so like content creation is something that is, it's not just a fun little side thing for me, because there are things that I want out of it. Don't scare me like that. It was bait, Maddie. It was 100% bait, and I'm glad that it worked. Have a good night, Corthan. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you a lot. Sleep well. But, you know, with one of the things, if you're a content creator and you're not quitting right now, is that one of the things also to keep in mind is that when someone else quits, those people have viewers that are going somewhere. Now, like Napalm just mentioned that he avoids Twitch a lot more than they used to because of just the exhaustion of streamer culture. But some people, like, Twitch is their television. You know, they don't pop open Dish Network or DirecTV and scroll through the channels. They scroll through Twitch, and if their favorite quits, they have to go find a new favorite. And I've been there. I've had my favorites quit, or I've had my favorites show a side of themselves that I no longer liked or wanted to support. That one I think sucks even more. Like the concept of like, don't meet your heroes. Sometimes you see a side of some of your content creators that you're like, oh, you're a piece of shit. Fuck. Damn, I don't want to watch you anymore. I really liked your content, but you suck. Bummer. And I've dropped content creators for multiple of those reasons. Twitch is my radio most of the time. Yeah, exactly. Athena, that's you. I like Twitch way more than TV. So whether it's background noise, I know we have the artist that does our emotes is currently listening while they're doing chores around the house, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Your artwork is incredible, and I'll be commissioning more of your artwork soon. But yeah, like if it just means that, you know, by whatever means, you know, that's a huge part of culture in the internet now, whether it's, you know, YouTube videos or Twitch or whatever it may be. And so when people quit, those viewers go somewhere. And I've seen people that have CCVs of anywhere between 50 to 150, 500, 750, 1,000. The person that I saw announce quit this morning had a CCV of like 2,100 pretty regularly and had a massive TikTok following and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, well, that's a whole lot of people that won't be able to watch that creator anymore. And so with that, it's like, well, those people have to go somewhere, and who knows, they might go in your direction. In my case, they will not go my direction, but and there's reasons for that. I don't want to talk about the creator that quit too much, both for the sake of their own privacy and because it's not relevant to this conversation. There was recent releases that scoured a lot of streamers I thought I liked for me and shaved down my follow list. I also unfollowed a surprising number of people because of Hogwarts Legacy, and I am not ashamed to say that outwardly and directly. The smallest ask from people that I care about was, hey, please don't play the fucking turf game. And I was like, you got it. And I didn't bring it up to the creators that I saw playing it. I wasn't like, how dare you or anything like that. I was just like, I know that there is no way that you don't know. Because I know people personally that are not plugged into the internet. And so they don't know about a whole lot of things. There was somebody that literally I was talking to them about the turf game, and they're like, what are you talking about? And I was like, J.K. Rowling, shitty individual. And they're like, really? She's a piece of shit? Why? And I was like, where the fuck have you been for the last, like, 6 years? And they're like, dude, I do not look at the internet at all. And I'm like, I know, but I figured that would have permeated to you anyway, because it was such a wildly discussed topic. But they don't really have that many LGBT friends. They definitely don't have anybody that is trans that is in their immediate circle. Not because they have any pushback against those individuals, but regardless. And so I explained to them, they're like, man, that fucking sucks. I loved Harry Potter. And I was like, yeah, I know. Well, welcome to the conundrum that we all went through 6 years ago. And they're like, man, all right, I won't fucking play it. And I was like, cool, thanks for not playing it. But there's some people, especially content creators, people on Twitch. I'm like, I know you're active on Twitter. I know that you have people that are close to you that are LGBT, that are actually trans, and you are still choosing to play this game. I didn't call them out on it, but I just quietly unfollowed them. So, our stream is a safe space. Now watch me play Harry Potter. Yeah. So I just quietly unfollowed them. But you know what? That makes it easier for me to choose people that I do want to watch. And in that same way, like I said, if one of your favorite creators lets you down and you don't want to watch them anymore, you're going to go watch somebody else. And that's why, like, I'm not saying that you'll eventually find success if you just keep pushing forward, because there is not guaranteed success in this space. Okay, there are content creators that are more talented than some of the people at the very top of the mountain that have been doing it for 10 years that do not make it. There's also people that have gotten a huge bump. I know because of some recent controversies over the last couple of years, I've seen some content creators that they got a whole bunch of support behind them, and they went from like 21 CCV to like 210 CCV. But shortly later, I say shortly, I checked on them like a year after like the huge increase in bump and controversy and stuff, and they went from the 200 and some that they were at back down to around like 40, you know, so they weren't able to retain that viewership. And does that mean that they're a bad creator? Probably not. But it just meant that, you know, a lot of people that found them due to the controversy online, it just wasn't quite their business. So, speaking of mask off streamers, let's talk about Napalm. Yeah, this fucking guy. He's all right. We like Napalm. Thanks for not being a piece of shit, Napalm. So, like, my own personal journey when it comes to content creation, I mentioned it a little bit. I started out with writing. I still really love writing, and I want to get to do it more. My first more recent venture in the series leading to today was podcasting into YouTube, into Twitch and YouTube. And I haven't quite touched base on short form content like TikTok or YouTube Shorts yet. I know I should. Everyone's like, you got to get on that TikTok and Shorts gang. That's where the numbers are. And I'm like, I believe you. But Napalm mentioned earlier, I work a 9-to-5 job with a wife and kid, which means that time is limited. Although, when it comes to content creation, I do love this a lot. I love streaming. I love making YouTube videos. I love interacting with people online. I respond to 99% of my YouTube comments because I'm able to right now. Like, if I ever got to the size where I wasn't able to respond to all the comments anymore, then that would just be that. But thankfully right now I am able to answer every single comment, and I do, because I love interacting with people. It's one of the things that I say in a lot of my videos and stuff. I like to talk, and I'd love to talk some more. And that's what we're doing right now, is we're talking, because I wanted to talk. I enjoy talking. I wanted to talk about this because I've seen a lot of people get very heavily discouraged recently, and I found my own moments of discouragement throughout this, because it's like, man, I wish I was doing better. I wish I had more numbers. I wish I was finding greater success at reaching a larger number of people and having, you know, a wider, you know, net that I was casting my content out. But mostly because I want to, out of selfishness, I want that engagement out of it. I would love one day to be able to support myself financially out of content creation, but the money is not the thing that I am chasing. It is the fulfillment and satisfaction that I get out of content that I make doing well. And so when it feels like I've hit a plateau or a low point or whatever, like, yeah, it's taxing on me mentally. And that's one of the things that I've seen a lot of other creators cite as the reason for them quitting, is that there is a significant mental tax on content creation, especially if it is something that you care about on a level beyond sheer enjoyment. Because, as I mentioned, there are people that just do it for fun, hang out with, you know, the same 3 to 5 people, and that's enough for them. And if it is, I'm so happy for you. It is not enough for me. I want to see growth. I want to see fulfillment, accomplishment, and satisfaction out of it. And so if you don't see that, you get in your own head about it. You're like, man, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? And the answer is like, fucking maybe. You know, the other thing is that the internet is bigger than it's ever been, okay? By far and away. There are creators that are on top of the game right now that'll tell you, like, look, man, I started 14 years ago when YouTube was still, when did YouTube get bought by Google? Doesn't matter. YouTube was created in 2006. They're like, I started 19 years ago at the infancy of YouTube. And they're like, and I just kept going. And because I was there, I was one of the only few people that people could watch. And so people watched me, and then they just kept watching me, and then I made it to where I am now. I don't believe I'd make it to where I am now if I started today, even if I put 14 years into it. And I think it's good that they recognize that, because, you know, they're like, I don't make as good a content as some people that have lower numbers than me. And I've seen people that did start back then, had success back then, that do not have it now, and it frustrates them. People that were there before YouTube was purchased by Google, or back before Twitch was Twitch and was called Justin TV, and they found a lot of success because of that opportunity of being one of the people that can be discovered on a new platform. But it wasn't just a new platform, it was also an entire new space. Because we've seen new platforms, Mixer, Kick, and Hover, and they just did not do well. Mixer shut down, Hover's dead. They claim they're not. Hover is dead as hell. Beam, there's another one. Thank you, Eve. But the thing is that YouTube was one of the first places that was doing like free to access, wildly available video content. It was basically first. I'm not sure if like Daily Motion or Vimeo, I'm not sure when those came around, but they were definitely one of the first. Kind of like if you were there in the early days of not Congregate, because Congregate was mostly a video game place. Or was the place? There was a Newgrounds. They're like Newgrounds animations. That's where like Ego Raptor and stuff started at, and they did extremely well. Would they do extremely as well today? Who knows? Maybe not. More or less, what I also kind of felt was on the front page of Twitch for some laughable reason, streaming a Pokemon emulator. Sure, there's a bunch of like opportunities that may or may not pop up. But, you know, people jumping on stuff, it's like Vine. A lot of people blew up on Vine, and they were able to some people were able to transition that into successful YouTube careers or Twitch careers or both. And like TikTok, well, it was Musical.ly first, and nobody over the age of 15 was on it, and then TikTok came around, and now everyone's on it. And so, like, but it's hard to break out on TikTok because it's such a massive platform, and we've seen similar spaces. YouTube Shorts, what are they called on Snapchat? Whatever they're called on Snapchat. And then you got like Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels and stuff, and it's all the same. So because it's all the same as something that was already out before, it's harder to break out in those spaces. Hover, imagine thinking streamers making content for streamers was a viable business strategy against something like TikTok. I mean, I'm glad that they tried. I'm glad that Hover was something that was an attempt, because who knows, maybe that would have been a thing. But one of the things that I've come to find out, and I'm saying this also for the sake of any content creators that might ever end up watching this, is that content creators are very focused on themselves. Okay, and you can say that it's because we're narcissistic. You can say it's because we are, self-centered or selfish or whatever. And in a lot of cases, you very well might be correct. But the other thing is that this takes a lot of work. Okay, like in order to do all of this shit, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And so trying to, especially if you are somebody that works a full-time job and is, maintaining family, maintaining friendships, maintaining real life friendships, if you have a kid, like if you're doing all of that and also trying to maintain a space in content creation, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, or otherwise, looking for another thing to add to that is wildly difficult because your time is already stretched so thin. So like, I think one of the things that Hover struggled with is because content creators, in my opinion and from my perspective, from the ones that I've talked to, they go to safe spaces when they're not creating content. They go to people that they can just hang out and chat with, not places where they're looking to discover new content, because that's too close to work. TikTok also has the fact that people get manually heated to go viral. Yeah, that's true. I know that there's been a few campaigns on TikTok that you have a better chance of getting the heated status to go viral if it's your first video. So you'll see people like create a new product, create a new TikTok account for that product because it has a better chance of going viral, because TikTok wants you to think that you can do well on TikTok. So your very first TikTok has a better chance of being a viral success than your second one, because TikTok increases its priority in the algorithm. Because if you get a lot of videos on a lot of views and likes and stuff on your first TikTok, you'll get that dopamine hit and you'll try to create more TikToks that'll go viral. It makes sense, but I hate it. I almost got big on Hover, guys. I just needed more gravity. That's a terrible joke. How dare you, Tag? I can't believe you would say that. Hang on just a second. I just realized something. I need to do a thing. But anyway, yeah. So with all that said, I understand that it's easy to get discouraged. I've gotten discouraged a lot across my journey. And I have legitimately considered quitting before, because I'm like, man, I just don't know if I'm getting out what I'm putting into this. And sometimes I feel like I am, and sometimes I feel like I'm not. But I also think, well, what would you do if you quit? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, dog. Because as I talked about earlier, I cannot not do some sort of content creation. Whether it's writing, whether it's podcasting, or voice acting, or something, I cannot not create. I would probably implode. And so, like, that's the reason, like, I've been very, very close before. I've been very, very down and been like, man, I don't know, maybe I'll just quit streaming. And then I'm like, no. Because I would just end up wanting to come back for one reason or another. And I was only thinking about it because I was dissatisfied, not because I didn't like it anymore. They literally called their algorithm favoring you gravity. I wish I was making a lame joke. Man, I wish you were too, because that's awful. Hello, Cerulean. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Thank you for the lurk, more or less. So, one of the things to keep in mind when you see all these people quitting is that is opening space, and that as we've seen so many people quit streaming, a lot of those viewers have found new places to go. And I do understand that discovery is difficult. There is no discoverability on Twitch. That's why everyone at all will always tell you should just try to put content on TikTok or YouTube and then try to bring those people over to your Twitch stream. But even that's not always successful. There was a TikToker that I followed pretty closely for a while that had like 5 million followers on TikTok. Every single video got anywhere between 150 to 1 million views, normally somewhere between 10 to 50,000 likes, if not more. They did a hard and heavy push for Twitch because there's not much money to be made on TikTok, like at all. Just as a heads up, like if you think the people that have 1 million followers on TikTok are rolling in money, they are not. They are probably making dirt nothing off of their TikTok videos. And so they were like, I really would like to make content creation my job. I need to make more money. And so they turned to Twitch. and their Twitch capped out at like 27 viewers. And they were pushing and pushing and pushing to try and get people onto their Twitch, and they just couldn't, because like it was different audiences. So I mean, you know, I'm not saying don't make TikToks. Maybe do. I mean, I want to make TikToks, and I'm pretty sure I'd find a lot of satisfaction out of making TikToks, because, well, engagement is the thing that is the biggest payoff for me. I enjoy getting comments, interacting with those comments. I enjoy active people in chat that I am engaging with. I feel like my Twitch streams are immensely better if I have even one or two people that are just active in chat. It's one of the reasons, Eve, that I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate you a lot, Cerulean. I appreciate everyone in here. Napalm, Tag, Athena, Fee. Like, anytime I am being engaged, I feel like my content is better, because it makes who I am shine out more in a way that is more entertaining to watch, rather than me just trying to fill the content myself. The audience disparity is so wide. Unless you can make content on your toilet. Okay, Napalm, just because you make content on your toilet, I will not be doing that. So, if you are somebody who is thinking about quitting, I want you to ask yourself the questions that I've already asked through here. Is, why did you start? What did you want to see out of it? What did you hope to get out versus what you were putting in? Where were you hoping to get to? And, you know, what were you not getting out of it that is making you feel like it isn't there for you? If it's a time thing, I totally understand, because boy howdy, does this take a lot of time. And so there's so many things that I still want to do. We're going to be starting up the Swan Dive soon. I have the plan laid out for those. I got the drum stream about 50% of the way there. I'm hoping to do the first one of those next month. I want to start doing more active work on my writing and figure out how I'm going to approach that in a way that is accessible on the internet. But all that takes time, and like, where do I slot that into everything? So nobody has to know. Just set a green screen behind the toilet. Yeah, just drape it over the toilet and just cut a hole in the middle, and you don't even have to pause. You can just be like, yeah, we're good, man. Just don't hold the camera too low. Or, you know, if you've got a big enough stomach, go ahead and hold it nice and low. They won't be able to see anything anyway. Don't do this. This is terrible advice. Absolutely do not. Anyway, so with everyone that is quitting, I hope that you find the happiness that you were unable to find through content creation. And if you do ever come back, I hope that you are able to find the happiness that you weren't able to find the first time. Because one of the things that I want is for people to be happy, by whatever means that means. As long as your happiness doesn't come at the harm or the ending of happiness of others, I hope that you are able to find your happiness. So, yeah. With that, I'm going to go make some more content. Because that is what I want to do. And while it does not always make me as happy as I would like it to be, while I don't always get as much out of it as I would want, while I have thought about quitting, I don't actually have any intentions of quitting. Will my content change? Absolutely. I'm still a small creator, and I do not rely on this for paying my bills. And so I am not beholden to the content that pays the bills, which is why my content has changed about every 6 months to a year. I'm like, let's try something different. Let's try this. I want to do this. I want to do this now. And so I am thankful in that I am in a space where I can just experiment and explore. And if you see content creators quitting, support them in that. Don't be like, no, because like that makes them feel like shit. They already feel bad. I've never met a content creator that quit for any reason that was like, fuck yeah, I'm quitting, bitch. They've all been like, man, there's going to be things about this I miss. There's going to be some things that I don't, you know, shitty ass toxic people. But I've not ever seen a I'm quitting streaming message not have a bittersweetness to it. I'm doing this for me, or I'm doing this for these reasons. And while there are positives in it, there are also negatives in it as well. So do not beg someone not to quit, because they already probably feel rough about it. And you being like, no, you were my favorite, that, you know, that can make them feel good, but it can also make them feel worse, because a lot of creators, we do things for the people that do enjoy our content when you get to that point. Because, and to people that are just starting out, that are streaming to the 0 to 1 people, I understand how rough that can be, but just keep trying. If it's something that you want, keep going, okay? Yeah. I got nothing else. But what I do have is that I appreciate all of you very, very much. This did go up on YouTube, so if you're somebody that watched on YouTube and watched all the way to this point, we rambled, we got on tangents a lot. Like I said, I like to talk, and I was very happy to engage with people in chat. So thank you so much, everybody, to watching this. Thank you to everyone that's in chat right now on our Twitch stream that was talking about this. I appreciate all of you immensely. And if you do go watch one of the videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. All right. Everyone quits is like, fuck yeah, beg them not to quit. Good advice, thanks. Yeah, see, Maddie, I was just trying to copy you and your redeem, your bad advice redeem. Oh. My back. Okay, this is probably ready. Sure is. Schwan, can you write my paper for me? Is it your quitting paper, Napalm? Motherfucker, when was the last time you streamed? I don't feel bad calling you out. Yeah, you and your dicks. Thank you for the 6 placements, Athena. Athena, where's this fairy at? Where's this fairy at? I need to see them. I see that you placed a fairy and that they're still alive somewhere, but where are they? There they are. I see you in there. Yeah! That fairy's awesome! Fuck this shit, I'm out. I don't know if sound alerts is set up on that window. If anyone wants to throw 25 cents my way, it might be, but I don't actually know. It isn't? Okay. It was disabled. Ah, all right. I see. Okay. I need that on a button. I'm so sorry, I'm busy and streamers are the worst. Some of them really fucking can be, man. Like, you want to know what makes me really sad? The world, but that's not what I was about to talk about. No, the thing that makes me like really sad is the number of creators that I see that are just pieces of shit, that are just massive pieces of fucking garbage, and they are wildly successful. Like, why? Why are the most toxic pieces of trash some of the largest, most successful creators in all of the spaces? And I'm like, man, there are so many better people than you that should be on the top. And instead, you're fucking there. I hate this for all of us. I'll DM it to you, Eve. I don't want it on the recording, just for the sake of it. Oh, sorry, Caps. I just yelled this to Eve in Discord DMs. This person just announced they're leaving creation entirely! Ah! There we go. I'm good at typing. I'm so glad that I'm in a house that I can just yell, because I am not quiet. That one dude that was just doing illegal stuff? Yeah, the guy that was like, we're just gonna walk into people's houses. That's cool, right? Like, bro, no. What? No. Why would you think that's okay? Do not do that. Our poor downstairs neighbor. They never complained once, ever. I was so surprised because, like, I'm not quiet. And, like, when you are singing properly, you are not quiet, Athena. So, like, I could not imagine that there wasn't times that they were like, Jesus Christ, they're loud. Oh, yeah, Tag. The big old bucket of bummers, dude. Thankfully, he's not doing incredibly well, but still. Streamer Twitter is a bad time. I've just met some truly awful streamers on there that have 100,000 followers. Yeah. And you know that if they have 100,000 followers, that they have 1 million followers on Twitch. Like, because that's just how that works. Honestly, not too sure who they were, but I'm sure it wasn't easy. And you heard about him only due to his arrest? Yeah. He's trying to farm hate engagement, trying to chase the tide. Didn't work out for him? No! Because, like, there were probably some toxic assholes that were like, yeah, we liked the way you handled that because we're toxic assholes, but damn. Can we fucking not be just toxic pieces of shit all the fucking time? Please? Is that too much to ask for? It is, unfortunately. Especially when, and I don't have a problem saying, like, I'm avoiding certain people's names out of respect for them. Captain Sinise, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it. But it hurts me that people like I Show Speed, Kai Sennett, and XQC and Aiden Ross are some of the largest creators on the planet. That makes me sad because I do not feel like they are good people. And I do not feel like they make the space a good space for other creators in like any way. Like, I know some people have problems with certain creators. Like, I know people that really dislike Asmongold, and I'm like, yeah, I understand why, but Asmongold is not like those other four. Is he large? Extremely. Has he had some problematic moments? Absolutely. Is he a piece of shit? No, I don't feel like Asmongold is a piece of shit. I just want to play video games and watch amazing movies. And that's kind of like what I was talking about, Tag. It's like, what do you want out of content creation, you know? Like, I know, like, I've talked to you before about it, Napalm. If you're like, I'm just going to do this and chill out and have fun. And if it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't, awesome. But welcome in, Mock. It's good to see you. Good morning from Berlin. Hells yeah. I hope things are well over across the pond. Of course, I'm touching the other pond. I'm in Alaska. Oh yeah, and especially with the news that came out about one of them. I mean, who knows which one and which news. Like, you don't have to share it here even. It's probably best that you don't. But man, it feels like every couple of weeks there's a new story about one of them that I'm just like, why? Why are you the face of content creation in one way or another? Because it sucks. I should be in bed, but I saw the title of your stream. I was like, oh, I have to tune in. Quick summary. We just got done talking about it, Captain Sinise. I am not quitting. The stream title was mostly bait. We spent about 30 minutes or so talking about people who have quit or are quitting. Because in the last, I'd say, couple of weeks, I've seen probably about a dozen not insignificantly sized creators announce that they're leaving content creation entirely. And I wanted to talk about that in a general sense. So Snow likes morning outside here in Alaska. Yeah. It is 9:42 p.m. It is 9:42 p.m. What I dislike about Asmon is if you touch Asmon on YouTube, your entire recommended is him and React. Yeah, that's not Asmon's fault. That's YouTube's fault. They think that if you watch one of his videos that you want to watch all of them. But I can understand that. But you should blame YouTube more than Asmongold for that. I was bummed. Eve, will you just DM it to me just in case because now I'm curious of which creator you're talking about and what happened with them. I probably know because I stay pretty plugged in, but there's always that chance that I don't. I was bummed when Lusal said they were done. A lot of joy from that guy. Yeah, and it sucks, but, and, you know. Did I pronounce their name correctly? I don't actually know who that is, so. I honestly wanted to start streaming and just have friends watch because I don't care to create content in the sense of making YouTube videos. And that's perfectly fine. You know, it's about what you want out of it. Because some people are very, like, and that's really what it is. What do you want out of it? Is it just a fun hobby to you where you're just hanging out with a small group? Awesome. It's pronounced Lou Sassel. Okay, thank you, Napalm. Like, if that's what you want out of it, awesome. But I'll also say, like, even that can be a lot to do. Because, like, all of this, all of this, like, there's so much that goes into this. Like, there's some people that are like, oh man, streamers, all they just do is sit at their computer and hit a button and play games and get paid. And it's like, there are some people that do get to do that. You are correct. The vast majority of creators do not. The vast majority of creators are working their ass off to try to figure out ways to improve, what they want to do next, how they want to do, you know, how they want to do a certain project or whatever. There's so much in it. Lou Sassel had a lot of shit coming out, lots of leaks. What do you mean? Like, there's still stuff that I have to have planned. Like, if we just want to talk about that in a general sense, so one of the things that I really want to do, and I already talked to Athena about it, is I want to play Final Fantasy 14. But there's a problem with Final Fantasy 14, okay? Is that Final Fantasy 14 is an MMO, and MMOs are very often engaging backgrounds to just chatting streams. Okay? and that's fine. That is perfectly fine conceptually. Napalm, why do I feel like you're just being gross? Like, are we talking about actual shit, or is there bad stuff that happened regarding this person? Anyway, there's a few other types of streams that are borderline, like, just chatting by a different name. But I do want to play Final Fantasy 14. I want to experience the story, and I was engaging with people on Twitter about it because, thankfully, I have made a few connections on Twitter. And through content creation with people that are larger than me and in different spaces than me, which is really awesome to be able to say that there are people that I know that have tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube and or Twitter that I can reach out to, and it is okay for me to do so because I feel like we have that type of connection. And so I've been talking to a few people, and I also asked in a general sense on Twitter about, like, you know, the size of Final Fantasy 14, and what I think I want to do is I want to plan, because it takes planning, blocks of time where we just try to grind our way through an expansion. Like, set aside 4 days, plan to stream 10 hours each of those days, 40 hours. We'll do 4 10s and take that time to get through expansion number 1. And then take a break from it for a while and then come back and do it again and stuff like that. So, but that requires planning, because that's not just something that you flip on and do. And if I tried to play Final Fantasy 14 normally as just like my Let's Play streams, it would take, what, a fucking, like, year? We'd be playing Final Fantasy 14 forever. And I don't want to do that. Especially because, like, there are people that are successful creators in a singular space. Thank you so much for the follow, Makdumo. Welcome to the bevy. Thank you. But that is not what I want to be. I love variety content. I want to review content. I want to do a whole bunch of stuff, and pigeonholing myself is not the way to do that. Alas, we'll have to watch the VOD 1:45 a.m. here. Sleep well when you get there. Thank you so much, Captain Sinise. I hope that you rest well as well, and I appreciate it a lot. It's good to see you. Loose Asshole said his content creation message would throw a lot of shit at the wall and see what stuck. And in a lot of ways, I don't do a whole lot different. I can't just wing it completely. My brain won't let me. I have to have a relative plan of some sort. But a lot of the times, it's just like, yeah, let's fucking do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And, you know, I'll get an idea in my head, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Sometimes I push them forward, and sometimes they don't. But I like plans and routine. So, and then I still owe the community one more giveaway stream. So I got to do that one. We got to give away a whole lot more Steam keys. Stinky Steam keys. So we got to do one more giveaway stream. And then I need to figure out some new goals. I got to get I got to rework the website because I'm going to be pushing writing content through the website. And like I mentioned, the swan dives and the drum streams and just a whole lot more. So what's the matter, Napalm? Why does Athena need to come get me? What are we talking about? Why do I feel like I'm the butt of a joke now? It's great because this is the exact reaction I got from Schwan when I did this before. You guys have been fucking with me for a while, aren't you? Loose Asshole is not an actual person, are they? What is... You know what? I'm done with both of y'all. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Loose asshole. Loose asshole. God, you guys fucking suck. Man, fuck all you fake ass bitches. I'm going home. Shame I couldn't get you to say the Twitter line I posted. I didn't want to say that. I was like, I'm not going to read that out loud. Reread what they wrote, sir. No. No, I'm not feeding into their game. These jerks. These guys. What was the one last time, Napalm, that I did not get it for probably about as long as I did not get this one? I don't remember what name. Jeez. I still don't get this one. They sound nothing alike to me. Well, that might be because of your accent, Eve. But it is Lou Sassel. But if you say that correctly, Lou Sassel. So it's Loose Asshole. It was the same name? No, it was not. You didn't. It was not Lou Sassel last time. It was not. It wasn't. You're fucking with me. Yes, Tag, you got me with something about inflation. It was Peach? Schwan, how good are you remembering names? Not good. Not good. I think it was like peach inflation or something like that Tag, and I was fully invested and not in the way that I should have been. I gave Napalm a diamond in the middle of that video recording, and now I regret it. So he's saying it could have been Loose Asshole. I could have been. It fucking could have been. I don't fucking remember anymore. I'm terrible with names. So Napalm. Quick little mini story. So I was over on Napalm's stream sometime in the past because I have no concept of time anymore. I was over on Napalm's stream, and it was with Tag and Napalm in the stream, and we were talking about people's names, and I'm not going to say any names, but we were like, we were talking about people's names and the people that we knew with those names. And Tag's like, well, oh yeah, well, what do you think about this name? And I was like, oh man, you know, I've never met somebody with that name that wasn't kind of a piece of shit in some way or another. Turns out that name was Napalm's name. And I did not know. I did not know whatsoever at all. I've never met a Brian that wasn't a piece of shit. I wasn't gonna dox you. I've never met a Brian that wasn't a piece of shit. That was the exact line. And I felt really bad, kind of, because it was really funny. What was great though, we're talking about forgetting people's names, right? I made you unknowingly lean in, which made it even funnier. It's true. And I will admit, Napalm, I forgot your name within the week. It was not until we created, or Tag created, that Telegram group that we're all in, that I was reminded what your name was, because I had wholly and completely forgotten entirely, because I am so bad about remembering names. That's what Athena was calling me out for a little bit. She's like, how good are you at remembering names? I'm so bad at it. I am terrible at remembering people's names. I can be giving you my full attention and you will tell me your name and I will have to apologize because I will have forgot it within a couple of sentences. I'm so bad at it. I'll remember your face forever, but your name, my brain is just like, I don't know, man. Jackson. It's like, I think I remember Tag's name, I think. But anyway. What's real fucked up is my name is Michael Schwan. So it's really, you think I haven't forgotten my own name. Hey, you. What's going on? Hey, man, can you call me real quick? Make sure I still have your number. Call you. Shows up under their username and not their government name. Shit. Why am I like this? All right. Okay, so get rid of that. Yeah. Marines, truly intellectual giants. Absolutely. We absolutely are. Okay, so I do owe Napalm a workout. We will do it after this video during the next Stream Raiders battle. So, everyone, put in your YouTube swans, your Pog swans, your Re-swans, or whatever other emote fits your fancy, whether it's from my channel, your channel, or anyone else's. I had to read that name very closely, Tag, to know whether I trusted to read out that name or not. Because now I'm sus about all the names that you guys put into chat. All right, anyway, here we go. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan, and today we are checking out Bleak Sword DX. Now, Bleak Sword released a number of years ago, but it was exclusive to the Apple Arcade of all things, because that's a platform that actually still exists. For the love of God, can we please get Sakaguchi's game off of there? I can't even remember what it's called right now because my brain is so grumpy about it. But yeah, creator of Final Fantasy has a game on Apple Arcade. It's still exclusive there, and I'd really love it to not be on there anymore because Apple Arcade sucks. But anyway, so Bleak Sword is escaping Apple Arcade and is going to be available on PC and Nintendo Switch. And that's what this is. It comes out on June 8th, and it's being published by Devolver Digital, so you might want to take a quick little looks because Devolver Digital normally makes some really good stuff. So we're going to check out the Apple Arcade trailer first, and then we'll walk our way forward from there. Apple Arcade is great. Why are you like this, Napalm? Yeah, absolutely, Mock. There you go. This game is so good too. I had a friend try it out during the Steam Next Fest because it had a demo at the last one, and they loved the ever-living bejesus out of it. He kind of looks like a penis, though. Like, he's got a kind of mushroom head look going on. Like, depending on the angle, the guy you play as kind of looks like a little penis. All right, here's the announcement trailer for it coming to other platforms. I realize it's his arms. He looks like a penis, even better. Yeah, I've heard a lot of really good stuff about this game, and the Next Fest was really, really well received for it because it plays well, it's really smooth, it's got really good animation work. I also really love the like the design of like the little block chunks of the environment that you're on. Also goes to show you that you don't need cutting-edge photorealistic graphics to make a really excellent-looking game. Okay, here's the release trailer. It's like a diorama. Yeah, kind of like those little plexiglass ones that people have been making that they put like Pokemon and stuff in. Wait. I'm sorry. Did you all hear that horrible noise? It was like the fakest wet fart sound I've ever heard in my life. It's right at the beginning when they start fighting. Diarrhea. It's awful. Power to the voice actors in this. Lots of enemy variety. Of course, I guess it's easier to have a lot of enemy variety when you're working with a simpler, like, graphics and art direction compared to, like, God of War. Large complaint for God of War, in my experience, was the lack of enemy variety. So it's kind of cool to see just how many options there was in this one for it. The horse levels are really cool. Like, if Battletoads was good, yeah, it's one of those things of, like, if you do it correctly, you can communicate a lot of tone by just doing it well. Like, they were still on the little square diorama, but there was still this sense of speed and energy as they were moving across nothing, right? We played a visual novel recently that was called Neuronet Mendax Proxy. Did something I had never seen or experienced before, of that they managed to communicate speed and urgency in a visual novel to where, like, I was feeling stressed and anxious about feeling like we were going to run out of time. We weren't going fast enough. And that is impressive to achieve in a visual novel. And this was, you know, kind of along those same lines of, like, you are using such a simple art style and art direction, yet you are still able to translate this sense of speed within the bounds of what you've set yourself. And that's impressive. That's some incredible design. So that's Bleak Sword DX. It's going to be on Steam and on Nintendo Switch. I don't know if it's available, if a price is listed. It is not yet. Let me take a quick look. Oftentimes, the Nintendo Switch versions will have their prices posted, but it's going to be $10. Whopping 10 whole doll hairs. And that is a very appealing price. That's a price to where you're like, I could actually get into that. That sounds like something that I could go for. So Bleak Sword DX, it does also have a demo available if you're like, I don't know, you know, maybe. You don't have to go on a maybe when there's a demo. You can always give it a try and see how you feel about it. And that Steam Next Fest demo was very well received. So maybe give it a try. But that's Bleak Sword DX. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you played it on Apple Arcade, if you played the demo, are you looking to pick this up now that it's available on other platforms? Or, you know, just how do you feel about it in general? Let me know in your thoughts and comments down below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, if you can't tell, I like to talk and I'd love to talk some more. And if you want to talk with me, hit me up on Discord or Twitter. I'm very active on both platforms. Let's have a conversation. Much like the conversation we've been having with chat, because this video is recorded live on stream. We do stream on Twitch 4 days a week, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. What are you two doing? Diarrhea. Okay. Get some music back going. Look at the Stream Raiders battle. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes. So we'll do the workouts first. If we do... We can do it on this screen. That would work. Gotta make it where you can see. Did it. Can you get a Flargenstow? I don't even know what that is. So, we're going to go with no. It's this? You want me to hurt myself? Bim, bam, boom. Okay. Boop. And then while this battle is running, I shall go change shirts. Woo! All right, be right back, everybody. Topless One is a Kick exclusive. Is he? I don't know. Wait, those are the wrong headphones. Man, you guys want to see something that I want to buy so damn bad, but it's just like not in the cards right now. What's crazy is he has 4 titties. You can't prove it. There are thankfully no there's no shadow wraiths or whatever, they're glitch wraiths. Let me show you something that I want to buy so bad. And that is the Rode it is the Rodecaster Duo. So this released last week, and I want one something fierce. This is the Rodecaster Duo. Can I make these pictures any bigger? Yeah. So Rode is a very long-standing, very successful, very good company that makes professional audio equipment. They had the Rodecaster Pro for a while, and it's like a really nice big deluxe audio board. This is the Rodecaster Duo. This is so perfect for what I want and need, because so me and Athena, we do these co-op streams, right? And we're both at the same machine. So the way that our shit is set up right now for us to have two Go XLR microphones, not Go XLR, two XLR microphones, we have a Go XLR and we have a Wave XLR, and they are both being fed into the computer. And then we have to feed all of the audio to two different sets of headphones and mix all that together because it's two completely separate interfaces entirely, right? So that's why, like, our setup is fucking wonky weird as shit to make it work so that we can both be on stream on one machine at the same time with good microphones. This Rodecaster Duo, it has two XLR inputs in the back. And you can apply, these buttons work like Go XLR audio effect buttons.
They work like these.
Or like these.
Or like these.
Or like these. It works like these effect buttons, or you can do other stuff with them too if you want your little buttons that of course don't work, the ones that we normally have recorded where we hear like, oh,
Vanisher!
Stuff like that, right? XLR double stuffed. Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. And it has a bunch of other really cool shit too. We could replace like half of our fucking equipment on this desk with one machine because this thing could do all of it. Now, this is not something, this is actually designed for podcasts, but it'll work for our purposes too, because the way that this is designed is that you sit it down in front of you, you stick two people at a microphone, you do a two-person podcast together, it all feeds into the one machine so that you don't have a bunch of separate tracks and stuff like that. I want this so bad. So bad. But there's that. What are Twitch streams but podcasts with videos? You're right. Of course, most podcasts now have a video version too, because like it's just about covering as many of your bases as possible. But yeah, I want one of these. The other thing that Rode just released that I really want is, well, I don't know if it actually came out yet. Let's find out. Is they had the Rode Pod mic for a long time. The Rode Pod mic is an excellent microphone. It's cheap. I highly recommend it. It's $100. It's a really good, solid XLR dynamic microphone. Solid, really, really good buy. But I have a freaking Shure SM7B. I have a Heil PR40 already. I don't have a need for a Rode Pod mic. But they released the Rode Pod mic USB. I want one of these real bad. It's unfortunately twice the price of a regular Rode Pod mic, but how do I go to these other, here we go. But it has on the back end, now this is not unique to the Rode Pod mic, but it on the back end has both an XLR input and a USB input, okay? Which is cool. There are, like the Beacon mic has both. There is the Shure MV7B or the SMV7 or whatever it's called that also has both. But here's what is special about the Rode Pod mic specifically. The Rode Pod mic is at a low enough voltage and has an inbuilt card on it to allow it to be plug and play functional with your phone. I don't know if anyone has ever tried to use a professional microphone with a phone, but it's fucking impossible. I have tried. There's all of these fake ass fucking adapters. I've tried to just use like a Shure SM58, the cheap ass, like really good working stage mics. They fucking never work. You can just plug a two-sided USB-C cable, one side into your phone, one side into this, record straight into your phone using a professional dynamic microphone. Fucking boom! It's awesome. It's so cool. But does it fit in your ass? I mean, anything will fit in your ass if you're brave enough. I want one of these so goddamn bad. I want one real bad. Because this sounds like the greatest thing frickin' ever if you wanted to make really high quality audio content on shit like TikTok, right? Like you take because you can just grab one of the sounds, which are already clean, and then you take a clean frickin' microphone, like a Rode Pod mic, but because it's USB, and because they've designed it to be functional with your cell phone, just click, click, boom, bam. You're gonna have fantastic audio without having to do a whole bunch of back-end fucking work. Anytime you see someone holding one of these bitches on TikTok, someone's got one of, here, hang on. Someone's got one of these things. I'm inept. Someone's holding their fucking Go XLR like this, and they're all like singing and shit or whatever on TikTok. They are recording this into something else that is not their phone. They're holding the Shure SM7B, recording into something else, and then having to do a bunch of back-end work to sync it up and make it sound okay and stuff. And that sucks. Do not, no, don't wanna. Do not like. Find shortcuts. Speaking of shortcuts, like this freaking hot swappable mount that I put on this bitch that I now cannot get it to go back on. Please? There we go. I will say TikTok seems to not actually give a shit about your audio. I give a shit, though. Unless you want to do back-end work. I don't. I don't. Okay. Let's go into the next one. The Rave 3 does work on my phone, which is nice, but it's too much work. One of the things I was thinking about is that me and Athena have been doing like pseudo voice acting work on Power Couple because we voice any of the characters that don't have voices, right? And that's fun and cool and stuff, but we were talking about like, I don't know, maybe we'll fuck around and find out and make some actual demo reels and, you know, start applying to some of all these open casting calls that I see on Twitter and stuff. Somebody's got to do these voices. You know, and sometimes people need a lot of voices and stuff, and why not? You know, we'll just burden ourselves with even more content because that's what we do, because we enjoy it and it's fun and we like it. But I was like, man, you know, I don't have an idea of really what I'd want to do on TikTok in terms of like content, but I could do voice type stuff on TikTok as content, and I'm not opposed to that, but I would want it to sound good because it would be like you're doing voice acting work. So if you're doing that and showing it off on TikTok, I would want to have a nice, good, clean recording for that on the TikTok video. And I'm like, I could very easily set it up to where like, this is the recording mic that is going into Adobe Audition for the actual voice work that's going to be used in the production. But if you had a USB pod mic that was hooked up and connected to your phone that was recording you doing the voice work, boom, you don't have to like do any type of weird audio stuff, no back end stuff, and then you're all set and good to go. And then you've taken out a lot of that in between work, so you can more easily upload that to TikTok. Professional mic setup and a green screen in the bathroom. Funny thing you say that. I know you're bringing it back to the jokes you were making about a green screen on the behind the toilet and stuff earlier. But we have a very small bathroom right on the other side of this wall here that it is a sink and a toilet and then just like some extra space. And I was like, you know, this would actually make a really good recording space for voice work. Like, you just soundproof that room a little bit, get your little booth for your microphone, and you're going to have really, really good sound in there because it's going to be small, it's going to be quiet. It would work really, really well, actually, to record in that bathroom with just a little bit of work. It would work fucking great, actually. And that sucks. Athena, she's like, sigh. You're right. It would work really, really great. You would get the best, because there's a lot of even professional voice actors that record in their closet. Anyway, I'm just throwing ideas all over the place now. All right, everyone, put in your YouTube swans, your Pog swans, your Reswans, or whatever other emote fits your fancy, whether it's for my channel, your channel, or anyone else's. Let's do this. I need a drink of water. Mwah. Thank you so much, Napalm. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for the jokes. Thank you for making a joke out of me. Introducing me to Lou Sassel, you know, as it were. I hope you get some good work done on your paper. There we go. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan, and today we are checking out Nocturnal. Now, Nocturnal is a 2D side-scrolling platformer. It doesn't appear to be a Metroidvania, which is good news for me, because I got real burnt by the last Metroidvania that I tried out, and so I'm real hesitant to try out another one. I went from a 10 out of 10 to like a 4 out of 10. Anyway, so we're going to check out Nocturnal. It looks like a small indie project. I'm very excited to see it because it looks cool just from the screenshots that I saw, but I will let the game speak for itself. So let's go. Explore through the mist. Prince of Persia? Did he just cut that fire? Aladdin for the Sega Genesis.
You come to us in dark times, soldier.
Get it? It's dark, and he brought the flame. Yeah. All right, so that was the reveal trailer. Here's the gameplay trailer. I'm still really loving all of these indie projects, though. Got so many people with such cool ideas and these fun art directions. There was like a shadow man over there. It looks like you probably have to stay in the light for one reason or another. Like you just die if you're in the shadows for too long or something. All the enemies are shadowy. It's cool. That was cool. It was super cool. Wishlist now on Steam. Also coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch. No, I don't want to cast my YouTube video to a TV. Okay, thanks, bye. All right, this is the narrative trailer, so probably think of it like a story trailer. Return to your home. So you're like left for a while, you come back and the whole place is shrouded in darkness, and you brought the eternal flame. Man, that shit was dark. I do not think that is your friend Arcia. I'm just saying. Didn't seem like it. Did not seem like that was somebody that you want to get close to. So yeah, that's Nocturnal. It's available on basically all platforms. It is tagged as a side-scrolling adventure exploration game. Not the Metroidvania tag, though, as I mentioned during the intro. So, super cool. I wonder if we can see the price tag of it if we look at other platforms. Sometimes, especially like the Nintendo Switch, a lot of times their shop will have the price tag showing. Nocturnal. Okay, Nocturnal was too general of a search for us to get any actual results for it. I'm not even seeing the Nintendo eShop like page for it. Here it is. Okay, it's probably going to be $20. 15 or 20. I found it on the UK shop for £18. I'm not sure what that equals in terms of dollars, but I'm going to assume that equals either $15 or $20. Just one of those two is what I'm going to guess that it probably sits around. So yeah, that's Nocturnal. Yeah, Mom turned your room into a sewing room. Arcia, you don't look the same. Yeah, I'm not the same. I'm covered in darkness. Where you been for the last 4 years, you little asshole? Also, Mom took your room and turned it into a sewing room. I hope you're happy. You're not welcome here anymore. Take you, your eternal flame, and get out. You're at risk of burning down Mom's hard work in the sewing room. She's got a lot of cloth in there. Be careful. $22.35. I'm just gonna guess $20 then. So yeah, that's Nocturnal. Really cool looking 2D platformer. I like the look of it a lot. I'm surprised at the number of games we're seeing now that have these. I don't want to say like labor intensive, but it's the best phrase that came to mind of the art directions. Because we've seen things like After Image and Nocturnal, and we saw Death or Treat recently, and like Cuphead is probably the most identifiable of where everything looks hand-drawn. And oftentimes it's because they are hand-drawn, and that's a lot of work. There was another game that I need to take a look at sometime soon, that the entire game's whole artwork is done through real-life embroidery. Like, they embroidered every single frame of the character's animation, so it is an embroidery animation as they're running through and jumping and stuff. Super, super cool. Love the creativity, and it really just adds an air to games that we just didn't get to see for the longest time, because that's hard work. That's a lot of work. That takes a lot of time to do. But thankfully, modern tools and modern technology is making it more accessible to a lot of people, both for game development, which means that we get to enjoy it on the consumer side as well. So that's Nocturnal. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. If you can't tell, I like to talk. I'd love to talk some more. And two great places for us to do so are on Discord and Twitter. Hit me up. Let's have a conversation, much like the conversation we've been having with chat, because this video was recorded live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch 4 days a week, and I hope to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. Alrighty then. How are we doing on the battle? 11 minutes. I don't know if either of these will be done in that time. Let me see. 2, 1, 30, 30, 30, 46. 4 minutes. Okay. That one probably won't be. We'll go ahead. We might need to just run a little bit over. Of course, let me look at the battles that we have left. The event ends at the end of tomorrow. No, the end of Tuesday. We're really close to this super boss. I want to get to this super boss. We're going to keep going until that super boss. Even if we run out of content, I'll just play Street Fighter or something. Let me go ahead and put in the Discord that we're approaching a super boss. Okay. Where did I close all those? No. Why did they end up on a different screen? Okay. Let me find a title screen if I can. It's probably the best one we got. Okay. All right, everybody, put in your YouTube swans, your Pog swans, your Re-swans, or whatever other emote fits your fancy, whether it's from my channel, your channel, or anyone else's. Let's go into the next one. Here we go. Wait. Here we go. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwann, and today we are checking out Snowbreak Containment Zone. I believe this is a turn-based tactical RPG, just from what little information I've been able to gather about it, but I've been trying to keep a not too close of an eye on this. I do know that this is a mobile game, and I do know that it has gacha, but man, some of these mobile games, freaking Hong Kong Choo Choo Train, I've been playing a lot of Star Rail lately, okay? Honkai Star Rail, real damn good, okay? Like it a lot. It's a great game, very enjoyable, looks great, plays great, enjoyable time. And so getting more of these really high quality mobile games is painful because they always got gacha in them, and I don't really approve of gacha. One nice thing about Star Rail is that while it does have gacha, you do not have to engage with that. They give you like 200 free polls, more than enough to get like 2 or 3 really high-end characters without having to spend a cent. We also have some other really impressive games coming up, like Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero, and now maybe Snowbreak, but we'll take a look at it and find out how good it actually looks. But I had seen like a clip of a cinematic, and I was like, what is that? That looks cool. So I don't know how many of these are like official, but and like Bilibili is a completely different platform. But we'll see what we got here. I know that we got a couple that I know for certain are good trailers, and then a couple that I don't know. This is the longest to go that there is, which is from September of 2021. We'll start here and work our way forward. There's probably nothing English in this trailer, as a heads up. The other one, I believe it has English in it. Oh, that is not tactical. I'm not sure if this music works. It's a very pretty song, but I'm not sure if it works with this trailer. Dude, cool. Like an anime gacha third-person shooter? That is not what I was expecting from the screenshots that I saw. This is an old trailer, though. I wonder if it changed. Unlikely. It's got different weak points. Is that like a bomb? Little AoE damage guy. This is like if Ark Knights was a third-person shooter, or if Girls Frontline was a third-person shooter. That was a sick-ass trailer. That was really cool. Okay, so now we go to the trailer that I initially actually saw. I didn't actually watch this whole trailer. I just saw like a few seconds. I was like, oh, threw that in the reaction links, right? This is the Operation Ymir. This is marked as the first trailer, and it's on YouTube itself. This should be a little bit more recent of footage. I actually have no idea how old that first set was. It made it onto YouTube a year ago, but it could have been a lot older. Giant Hatsune Miku has come to step on you. Please do not resist.
Leave it to me. Engage. Seal the area.
Wow.
It's showtime.
Hi, Mommy. Good to see you're still alive. Oh, that sucks. Never mind. I take back what I said about you still being alive. There's so little UI in this. It makes me have some questions about how you play and interface with this game. Pre-register now. Joke's on you. I already did, just because sometimes you get cool pre-order benefits and stuff, pre-registration benefits. Okay, we got a couple of character trailers and then a closed beta trailer. So we'll check out these character trailers first. They're all like 30 seconds as a heads up. These are this... Hello? Oh, it's... that autoplayed. These are all... like, all of these are always just like short little snippets of like, look what you could fucking gotcha pull. Haha. You might, I'm guessing with as much as they've shown off this character specifically, you might get them for free. This might be like the starter character or one of the main characters. Because in all of these games, there's always like a core roster that you normally get pretty easily, like they're very easily accessible. All right, and then this one, Fenny Golden. I'm gonna guess this is the mommy-looking character. Yep.
Try not to blink. You won't want to miss this. It's showtime. Eyes on me, everyone. The show must go on.
I hope the closed beta trailer has a little bit of the GUI in it, because I'm really curious. As much as I like really am enjoying Star Rail and stuff, I find that shooters on mobile phones suck. I know that like Fortnite Mobile and PUBG Mobile and COD Mobile have done like really well, but I fucking hate playing shooters on my phone. I do have fear. I have fear that you're gonna pass out. GUI, G-U-I, graphics user interface. Like that's like your HUD and shit. I was seriously confused. I hope it's got that gooey in it. Yeah, I understand the confusion. All right, this is the closed beta trailer, the update preview, and some other stuff. So we'll see what all is actually in this. We'll see if it's in English. I might have to... there are not closed captions, even auto-generated translations, so... we'll do our best here. A lot more characters from what we've seen in the other videos so far. I will in just a minute, Mock. Are they showing... why would you show that? Like, they're showing us, like, essentially, like, while it was in development towards what it looks like now, essentially. Like, they were showing us updates to, like, backgrounds and stuff, but the game isn't even out yet. I understand, but maybe that's different wherever this game is being made from. Well, there we go. There we go. There's some UI. We like this. Destructibles, okay. Sucks to be you guys. Showing off just a bunch of different characters, okay. One thing that I do find different when it comes to games like Honkai Third Impact, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves, Punishing Grey Raven, likely this as well, is that I feel like when... it sucks that they're gacha still. Like, I would definitely prefer them to not be gacha systems. But one nice thing about them is I feel like you are getting so much more out of the characters that you get. Like, after playing a lot of gacha games over the years, whether it's like different Final Fantasy games, because boy howdy does Final Fantasy have a ton of gacha games, whether that's like Record Keeper, which I did enjoy a lot, or like Brave Exvius and stuff. Brave Exvius thankfully has some nice cutscene animations, or whether it's like Danmachi, or whether like Arc Knights, or Azur Lane or whatever. Those ones, the characters you get are so simple. Oftentimes it is literally just a JPEG or like a single image that is like has some twinning applied to it so it looks like they're moving, but it's really just stretching the image around. With these newer gacha games, you're getting like fully modeled and animated characters that have like attack animations and stuff like that. You get so much more out of them. Mind you, the gacha is normally a lot more aggressive and punishing in terms of like being really predatory and unfair. And I don't approve of that, but it is nice to get more than a friggin' JPEG out of your stupid ass gambling, disguised gambling loot box simulator. Anyway, so that's Snowbreak Containment Zone. I want to see more because thankfully in that closed beta one, we did see a little bit of the UI, but I still, they had two abilities and we did see Q and E. So there are like controls on the PC, so that's nice. It's not strictly mobile, which is great because this does not look like a game. I'll play Star Rail on my phone all goddamn day, but I do not want to play a shooter on my mobile phone. So if there's going to be a PC version, absolutely excellent. I saw PC controls and inputs in there. Great. Thank you so much for that. That drastically increases the chances that I will genuinely give this game a bit of my time and interest and investment. But yeah, so that's Snowbreak Containment Zone. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you have more information than I was able to find, because it seems like the information on this game is fairly low, despite when I was looking for when this game was coming out. Allegedly, this game is supposed to come out July 20th, so about a month and a half from now, and I'm like, really? I feel like there hasn't been enough for this game in terms of like marketing for it to be coming out that soon. Now, that said, this video is being recorded before the Summer Games Fest, so maybe it's going to come out. Maybe there'll be a big advertisement for it at the Summer Games Fest. It would be a good opportunity to do so, or sometimes during the Summer Game Mess. But yeah, so that's Snowbreak Containment Zone. Let me know. Put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you can't tell, I like to talk. I'd love to talk some more. And if you want to talk with me, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Let's have a conversation, kind of like the one we've been having here on stream, because we did stream this video on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. All right, let's run that battle. I'm gonna put this killing field right here, I think. See how that goes. I see that chicken. Don't worry, Athena, it's actually a golden chicken. The rogues are getting very distracted by the treasure chests and are not at all going for Shooty McShootface. That's super weird. I mean, they still at least baited out Shooty's shot, the one that turns the whole group into treasure chests, but that was weird. It's very weird. Thank you for the 6 placements, some Birch and Mock Doomel. Athena with 5 placements. Athena, you had 6 placements in one of the previous battles too. Thank you so much for all of those placements. We got 200 gold. It can be yours for 420 channel points. 1 Shinobi that can also be yours for 420 channel points. Most kills going to some Birch, followed by Mr. Striker. Most assists going to some Birch, followed by Bard Thulu. Going random in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Howdy Bardner and Mr. Striker with the rewards. Rogues need that extra bump of money to get them to the next paycheck. Priorities, they had them. Okay, let's see. Is my Centurion ready yet? My Centurion is ready. Hells yeah, let's do this. All right, we got one more reaction video to go, and then we'll just play some Street Fighter. We'll just do some online matches or something between now and when, because I do want to run that Super Boss. And since the event ends in like 34 hours or so, I'm just going to stay later tonight, and we'll just, we'll run it tonight. I got 50 pals out of that chest? Hells yeah. Oh. All right, Athena, you might be interested in this game, depending on how it actually turns out. I don't know entirely. Obviously, because I try not to look too closely at the things that we're going to react to so that I have a bit more of a genuine reaction to them. But this might be something, yes, it is kind of in the scare genre, but I think this one is much more interesting and appealing than some of the other stuff that we've checked out. To where it's compared to like, what was the one, what was it? The Amnesia, the Bunker. Fuck that game in its absolute entirety. But this one, I think, might actually be something that you would consider putting onto the vote and not hating yourself for it. Okay. Amnesia one that scary? I'm not gonna lie, Eve. We were watching the trailers, and I was like, absolutely fucking not. Like, no. The trailers, I was like, no, I hate this. I hate everything about this. Because, like, some of, like, the Outlast Trials is the one that came out more recently that got a lot more press and attention. And that one, it definitely seemed to be kind of more, like, jump scary and more, like, gross. And I was like, I can see why people are, like, really into this one, you know? But Amnesia the Bunker, I was like, man, I hate this. Like, I do not like this. All right, everyone, put in your YouTube swans, your Pog swans, your Re-swans, or whatever other emote fits your fancy, whether it's from my channel, your channel, or anyone else's. And let's go. All right. Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwan, and today we are checking out the Grey Hill well, I guess it's just Grey Hill Incident, not the Grey Hill Incident. I don't know, anyway. But so from what I can tell in terms of the little bit that I spied about this game is that it is a first-person shooter that is a horror-themed game surrounding aliens. And we're talking like short gray aliens with eyes that are the size of half their head style aliens. I mean, there's a dude being beamed up by a UFO right there, so you know. And it's labeled classic alien survival horror game. So we'll see what that actually means. We got a decent amount of marketing for it. We got 6 trailers here to check out. So let's drop back to the beginning. We're starting in March of 2022, so there's been a little over a year's worth of marketing between then to now. So let's go. That's a UFO. He's got a revolver. Oh.
Is everything all right?
No.
I don't think so.
Kitty, puppy, tinfoil hat man.
What's happening?
Run, cow, run! Summer 2022 on Steam. It did not happen summer 2022.
Brandon, they're here.
Where are you running, man? Was a cat a tool to stop aliens? It looked like it had like a weird like sci-fi collar, right? All right, here's the official trailer number 2. This is from July. Oh, bye, Henry. You were very casual for that thing walking up the stairs.
They're lying. The government is lying and they're trying to hide it from us.
Ryan, is everything all right?
I don't think so.
Don't miss. The hell? Yeah, Cat's got like little diodes all over it.
Absolute invasion. Do you know what that means? He'll abduct everyone in the village. Humans, animals, and every little insect. They'll take samples of everything, making experiments of everyone. This is an extraterrestrial investigation.
I want to believe that's Woody Harrelson. Wish brand Woody Harrelson. You just hit that alien with a bat.
Brandon! Brandon, hang on! I'm coming!
That alien was walking with him and he just bonk. Bitch, get away from me. Here's the console announcement trailer from December.
Bob! 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 Ah!
Something very bad is happening.
My dad says the government is lying about everything.
Well, he's right. But don't worry, though. I'll protect you.
Man, you know what? You fucking shoot something twice and it just keeps walking at you. Fucking run. Just run.
He was very afraid. This movement that you'll see
see in a few seconds is just a reflection on the lens of the camera. There is no reason to concern.
Dude! My... Oh, thank God. Stay there.
End up as an alien experiment victim.
They put something in me. And I look. Go to the touch.
In which barn? There's tons of them.
A stormy wind came out of the north. And you think he can secure you from the angels of God?
I mean, fucking maybe. Why can I shoot this thing in the head and not care?
This is an alien invasion.
Great bastard.
Was that Brandon? What the fuck are they doing to him? I'm here! Rachel! No! No! Henry!
And don't forget to be aware of the small green man in your backyard. Your
They're
Mr.
gray, buddy. Oh, shit, he's getting back up. Fuck that noise. Wait, did he say they're gray?
They are gray.
Yeah, he did. That's absolutely what he said. They are gray, not green. This is the release date trailer.
Aliens everywhere, Ryan. They're trying to get inside my house.
Several animals have already disappeared.
Don't ever tell anything to the police.
Is someone in your room?
Ryan, are you there?
Oh, what does she have on her head?
You don't think that they,
What?
probe us when we become
I don't know, man. Try not to think about that right now.
Shit. Listen, Ryan, you have to get as much tinfoil as you can.
The government knows it.
Click, 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 click. Shit.
In addition, you can sleep better at night if you remember that a neighbor is patrolling outside.
Good luck, Ryan. I'm waiting for you.
Available June 9th. PS5, PS4, Steam, and other consoles. Yeah, those other ones too, I guess. Sure. All right, so this is the found footage mode trailer, which I think it just puts a filter on the game to make it look like found footage.
I want to file a complaint. I'll call the police in a few minutes.
Max, stop barking! Who's there? Fuck. Is someone in the shed? Dad, it wasn't Rachel, right? He, locked the door and ran out of the
Us. We're all boarding up our windows current. We founded our neighborhood watch for such cases. I don't want to see a policeman in Gray Hill.
I just wanted to check if everything is okay with you.
I really want to know what the diode-covered cat is.
This thing has been going on for several weeks.
I know
Fuck.
that's a hard case, Amy.
Getting jump scared by little gray men.
Care of it. It's Ryan's turn today.
Dark, thank you so much for the 23 months. Found footage mode included in the abducted edition. Aw, you got to buy a special edition for it. Boo! Boo! All right, and this is from April. This is the Alien Day trailer.
Ryan, can you hear me?
I'm here.
You need to wear a tinfoil hat.
This is the most recent trailer, and it shows.
Go into your brains by telepathy.
Lunatics and conspiracy theorists claim to have seen a UFO. The minority tries to convince other people that the small green aliens are real.
The neighborhood watch takes care of it. It's Ryan's turn today. He will visit you tonight during his tour.
Hello! This is Ryan. I just wanted to check if everything is okay with you.
I was hiding under my bed, but they got Daddy.
Don't tell the policeman anything. Otherwise, we all end up in the psychiatric ward.
That seems like a long shot. But I guess it's our only option. But even if we do get close, how the hell are we gonna get inside of that thing? No! No, Henry!
I don't get the impression that this is a very large game. We've seen a lot of the same areas, the same pieces of footage, the same sections, the same voice lines. I'm betting it's a pretty small game.
Gray
That's
Hill Incident
okay.
Releases on June 9th on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. Yo, make sure to wear your tinfoil hat and add it now to your wish list.
I am curious if there is a price
wish.
tag.
Sure to wear your
Calm down. I'm curious if there's a price tag posted anywhere. Does it have a pre-order price? Not there. Let me see if there's a pre-order price available on any other platform. Gray Hill Incident for PlayStation. The Abducted Edition is $39.99. But I wonder if that is the special edition or not. I wonder if there's a cheaper version available for it, because that seems a bit high in my opinion. But I'm also operating on the idea that this game might be fairly small. Let me see if there's... Let me go for pre-order. Available to pre-order. Let me see what this website says. Available on PlayStation 5. Pre-order. Wish list on the PlayStation Store. That's not the same. Okay, that other site might actually just be a like a placeholder price. It's available for pre-order at Best Buy for $34.99. Okay. This place has it for $22.88. This place has it for $26. Nobody knows how much this game cost. That's what I'm getting from it. Nobody has any idea how much this game cost. It doesn't have a price tag on Steam. Oh, excuse me. But it's somewhere between $0 and $40, it would seem. I like that the bear had a hat too. Yeah, more like a movie that you play. I don't know. I mean, it seems like there's probably some sort of survival and puzzle solving aspect to it. Let's see what tags are on the Steam page, because those would have been set by the developers initially. Survival horror, first-person shooter, single-player adventure, atmospheric, alien, story-rich, FPS, exploration, dark. So, no stealth, no puzzle tags, just survival horror, but there definitely needs to be some sort of end game, right? This story-driven survival horror game is about a classic alien invasion which takes place during the early 90s. As Ryan Baker, equipped with a baseball bat and a few bullets in his revolver, the story takes you across the atmospheric neighborhood of Gray Hill, which is invaded by UFOs and gray aliens. There you go. So it must not be a very big neighborhood either, considering we didn't see very many houses. But see what I meant to think about? This might be something that you might be interested in without it being a big old bowl of bullshit. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Gray Hill incident. Very interesting. You know, we don't see that many alien games. There's games with aliens in them, right? But a lot of the ones we've seen recently are more like sci-fi style games, where like things along the lines like Mass Effect or Star Trek or whatever, right? Xenomorph, sure, where they're part of an actual like franchise, but not just like general aliens on Earth style content. And I wonder why. I wonder if they just don't do very well. I'd be curious. But that's Gray Hill Instant. This gives big X-Files vibes. Yeah. That's Gray Hill Incident. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you can't tell, I like to talk, and I'd love to talk some more. If you want to talk with me, two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Hit me up. Let's have a conversation, kind of like the one that we've been having here on stream, because we did record this video live on stream. We stream on Twitch 4 days a week, and I would love to see you there. Zombies are the big thing right now. Zombies have been the big thing for like 20 years. I'm over it. I'm over zombies. Like, they were big ever since The Walking Dead started in like 2008 or whenever that show started. And they weren't even not popular then, because Resident Evil has been around forever. So, yeah. Anyway, if you do go watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy. Dark, are you still here, buddy? How are you doing? What have you been up to? How have things been going? Hiya! Okay, so we have 14 minutes till that battle, and then we'll be on the super boss, presuming that we survive this battle. I hope we do. All right, we're done there. So you go ahead and fire up some Street Fighter for the time being. I popped my neck.
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah. Hello? Hello, motherfucker? Battle Hub Neophyte? What's a Neophyte? I don't even know. Surprised you don't have that sound. Hello, motherfucker. That one. Anybody at any tables? I am in the general queue, but we don't always find matches very good in the general queue because I'm in Alaska. So it's like, man, it's hard for us to find people that are of your, like within the parameters of what they want to matchmake us with.
Here comes a new challenger.
All right. Let's see what skill level this Ken is at. He's on classic controls. He might be a god. Oh, this is good. I think I might need to look at my graphic settings. I think the computer is struggling. I don't think it's the game. I think it's my computer right now. There it goes. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Seems to have leveled out, though. Ow. Oh, he grabbed me. Ow. Nope, I lose to that. Let me open up Task Manager. Let me see where we're sitting resource-wise. We're doing all right now. Let me see how it looks in a match. Are we smooth now? Seems like we're pretty smooth now. Come on. Oh. Ow. 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 So quick with the Shoryukens. Oh. Suck. Ow. This isn't gonna save me, but it'll look cool.
Such a lovely day.
Nope, that's gonna hit me. I went to grab him and he was like, what if I just supered you? Makes sense. You're so cool, Ken. Ow. Good grab. Damn it. Good job. Oh, that was good. I'm dead. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh. Oh, that went through that. That sucks. Got him. Got him with the little low poke. Ow. Good grab. Oh, another good grab. Good job. No. This might kill him. Maybe. Yep. Your feet sting so bad. Ow. Ow. Goodbye. Oh, you didn't grab me. I'm so glad you didn't. Ow. That's gonna hit me. Ow, ow, ow. People who fight barefoot for real make me ashamed when I fuck up my toe off the damn coffee table. I mean, Juri at least has like foot pads on the top of her on her feet, right? I did. I fucked up my the big toe on my right side real good. Oh, good job. Ow. Oh. Fuck. Oh, yep, you got me. Good job. Worst part was my coffee table don't weigh 10 pounds. Oh, ow. Oh, good hit confirm. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Oh, I was joking. Oh, good read. Oh. Oh my God, that was excellent. Good job. Here's the best part about Street Fighter 6. Do you see how long that rematch took? It was about 7 seconds. Oh. I can do that too. Oh, God. Oh. Fuck you. Yeah. I was so low. Oh, good grab. Damn. My turn. Good job. That's not at all what I wanted to do. Shit. Woo! Woo! Sorry, I have to run a Stream Raiders battle. Woo! That was really, really close. That was really, really close. Taking your win and running. We had a perfect 3-3. So. If he's still sitting there when I get done with this battle, then I'll just jump right back on the machine against him. I like how the game has to point out who you are. Like, you aren't obviously the rock chick from Danganronpa 2. I mean, Jury is a very unique character in terms of how they look. That's fair. Ken just looks like a homeless man. All right, everyone. This is the Super Battle. Bust out all the stops. We're gonna go down here. Place your units, everybody. All right. He did not sit back down. No, wrong button. So many menus. No, I don't want to do rank matches. See if anyone else is sitting down at a cabinet. Here's somebody. Oh, they just got done. What about you? You're playing Cammy. All right. We'll fight a Cammy.
Beginning operation.
Time to play.
Good job. Good grab. You don't do hooligan combo like at all, though. Are you on modern controls, Cammy? Cammy, use your hooligan. There you go. Oh, I tried. Ow. Oh, your armor just barely saved you. I don't think this is going to be enough to save you, though. It's not. Do it again. Come on, spiral arrow in here. Okay. Good grab. Another good grab. Ah! Oh, good web. Good work, good work.
Right. Who's next?
Round two. Fight.
Okay.
Locked on. Continuing mission.
My turn.
That felt good, didn't it?
Come on. Oh, you got me on that one. Damn. Good read again. Probably got me on that. Yep, good job. Very good job. Did a lot better on the second match than you did the first one. No.
You're in my way.
Goodbye.
Come on now. Give me a little bit more.
Oh, wow. Just got another free grab in there, huh? Oh, man. So fast on the grabs. Oh, that's going to hit me because I'm in drive impact. I didn't actually know what my range was because I've never done it raw. I've only just over hit confirmed in it, so I wasn't sure if I'd travel over there. It's fine. We got it. Oh, they didn't want to play with me anymore. Oh, it's a DJ. They left.
Here comes a new challenger.
They had to run a Stream Rares battle. I'll believe that. That's what I'll just believe it every time. Hey, DJ. What's up, buddy? Brr.
Showtime, baby.
Round one. Fight.
Ow. Oh, good job. Oh, very nice work. Oh. Good job. I was playing Valheim and just goofing off. There was a troll attack on the group base to be the only one there. I'm sure you had it, right? Ow. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's teaching me lessons right now. Oh. Hi. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Good work, DJ. You look great. Oh, did he leave too? Oh, no, I lost and somebody took my seat. Okay. Fine. Who's this person? Oh, it's a Ryu.
Here comes a new challenger.
Let us begin.
Time to play.
Round one. Fight.
Good job. Oh, damn. Oh, we kept trading blows. It's just we're a little bit better. I like the queues make you sit in an arcade. You don't have to. There is just a menu option to queue in. Wow, all right. Ow. Oh, he's so defensive. I mean, it's working out great in his favor, but come on. Good work. Oh.
Ryu wins.
Do it again. Good work. Oh, man. All right. I'll chase you to every corner. Oh. Fine. He stays so far away. I don't know how to get close to him. Damn. That's gonna hit, yeah. This probably will even kill. This guy's really good. Oh, maybe not quite. Just barely, no. Ow, damn. He's so good. Do I have HU on his part for that extra damage? Yeah, I know. Level 3s just deal a lot, though. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. All right. Oh, it got me. Crouching heavy punch? Oh. Uh-oh. Ah. He's just gone entirely. No. Who's this? You're playing Kimberly? Okay. At least not the 43rd iteration of Street Fighter 2 Turbo. This is the first Street Fighter game that I've put any genuine time into. Kimberly, you're so cute. Oh, she's got so many lows. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh, that was fucking sick. You do not need to fight Kimberly, Athena. Oh. Oh, God, that's a command grab. Oh. Fuck! I don't want that. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button over here. Good work. You did great. Oh, command grab. Oh. I've not fought Kimberly very much at all. But I'm starting to see a couple of windows here and there. Oh, we missed. Uh-oh. Oh, it's your level 3. It's gonna hurt a lot. Good work. We're a pretty color. The way my back feels now, you'd think I was doing all this flippy kicking shit. I was just laying tile and scraping this shit from between them. Hey, tile's like exhausting work. I've laid tile a couple of times and I hate it. Oh, I'm so glad we missed each other. Ow. Oh. Oh, God. She's so flippy. Oh, I saw it. It hurt. Damn. She's so good. Oh. This is somebody that I am not close to in terms of skill levels at all. I'll keep going if you want to keep beating my ass. That's fine. Oh, good read. Got those cross-ups. Damn. Oh, I almost got a round. I almost got one round. Woo! We got a round, baby! Woo! I won't get another one. Oh, God, it hurts. Oh, fuck, I missed my level 3. I'm trash. Oh, yeah! Woo! gotta start doing that freaky shit. She's so good, it hurts. You have an air grab too? Bullshit! That's what Jury does. Yeah, she really does. Your Jury's a fucking freak. She's a foot licker in the worst way. That's not what I wanted to do. Fuck. I activate that super by accident so often, and it always makes me sad. Oh, fine.
Kimberly wins.
Good job. I have time for probably one more match against you. Oh. Ugh. Ow. Oh, good job. Oh, good steps, good steps. Oh, oh God, you're just teaching me lessons now. Oh. I'm dead. Woo! All right. Good job, Kim. I tried real hard. You're just real good. You also know your character probably a lot better than I do. All right. There's a nice little filler of time with some, oh, let's say GG's. Let's be cordial. All right, last minute, everybody. If you're somebody that likes to wait until last minute, this is a super boss. Super boss. Get your placements in there. And then we'll rock on out of here. Oh, it's so quiet. There's no music. There's no people beating each other up. This sucks. There we go. I know where we're going, but I need to edit this raid message. There we go. Okay. let's run this battle, and I'll start talking my way out of here. So, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it a lot. We'll be live on Tuesday. That's my Twitter and Discord. Please go check those out. As I said many times today, I like to talk, and I'd love to talk some more if you want to talk with me. Those are great places for us to talk to one another, and I would love to see you there. Go also check out my incredible partner in life, Athena Latina. Hopefully be streaming this Wednesday, singing us some beautiful songs for Wind Down Wednesday. We will have some more bonus streams and stuff coming in the future. I don't know exactly when any of them or all of them are happening, but I can tell you that they are planned and they will be arriving at some point. I just don't have the details at this time, but I will be sharing those details on Discord and Twitter. That is the raid message that we're going to use. We're going to go raid 1 Rio09. The spoiler warning is because poor Rio has had some serious spoilers for the games that they're playing, including the one that he has currently been playing, from people being absolute assholes. I should have canceled that raid, because people are going to want a chance to redeem for either 30 gladiators or 30 berserkers, either of which you can get for 4,269 channel points. Okay, now I'll start the raid. 4,269 channel points to secure yourself either of those. Okay, we're going to go say hi to Ryu. I still got to get a video edited for the morning, and I got to do stuff like take the trash out and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you a lot. I will see you next time, and I hope you have a very good night. Bye. Happy boys? Gladiators, because they're glad. I see. I see. All right. Oh, I forgot to open Mix It Up. Oh, well, there is no credits, but that's fine. The Lexan with the Berserkers. Thank you so much to everyone who re-subbed today. Athena, Eve, Napalm, Gorthan, Captain Sinise, and Dark. Thank you for the follow, Mock Dumal. I appreciate all of you very much. All right. Let's go say hi to Ryu. Rio. Fucking Ryu.
What is it? Everyone's